explain over here the Maharal, page to Zion, how Reb Elazar Reb Shimon, how because he was so enthralled and so elated and so touched upon by Torah, did he have this edge of haughtiness, and because of this sense of feeling superior, he spoke in this very insensitive way about this ugly person. As he explained, over here he explained, in the top line, a person who possesses Torah naturally has difficult not being haughty. Why? It's because of the distinction and the greatness that Torah possesses. You're brought to a certain level. Migdal Goder. It says, from where did he come? Like the Maharal pointed out, there's the only location in Shas that this location is mentioned. So what's so special about it? Shenikras HaTorah b'shem zeh ki yesh b'Torah hamalo ha'elyona shenirmaz b'shem migdol shu gavol hamalo. It's alluding to the essence of Torah, like a tower. It towers above everything. V'aTorah nivdeles mikol ha'olam k'mo ha'gerer hazeh shu nivdal min rishus harabim. When you fence, a fence sets off the public domain from the private domain. Torah sets off the person. It's like at a level unto itself. It has no relevance to existence. Meikach bal Torah yesh bo k'tzaz gaivo shero be'atzmo gam ken gavo v'nivlo m'shar habrios. Factually, he does transcend. He's a different reality. He's a different essence than. I'll give you an example. We read in Pirkei Avos, it says, Hafa bo dekula bo. If the Torah itself is the blueprint for creation, right? It says in Chazal, the Midrash, Istakul b'Oraisa b'Orialma. What was the blueprint for creation? The Torah itself. That means everything that exists within existence, at every level. The terrestrial level, the celestial level, every branch of science, wisdom, whatever it is, it's all contained in the Torah, because that's the blueprint for Torah. That's the blueprint for existence. So Chazal tell us in Pirkei Avos, the more you delve in Torah, you come upon everything. There's nothing which doesn't exist in Torah. So what is, besides the spirituality of it, the spiritual aspect of it? So if you engage in that, and you understand what that is, what is everybody busy with? Like, one said, a person prides himself. He has the largest portfolio of real estate in the United States. Prides himself. But he does no mitzvahs, doesn't live as a Jew. And he has no relevance to God. Comes after 120 years to business Shamala, and he says, who are you? He says, Jack Schwartz Sr. Okay? They say, who? We don't know any Jack Schwartz. Oh, yeah, so what's your value? No, I have whatever it is, the largest portfolio in the history of the United States. Since the founding of the country, nobody has ever owned as much land and real estate as I own. Therefore what? So he says, we had a guy who just came. There's no one who accumulated as much manure in his years as he did. And he had enough that he could have buried himself, that and his whole town in it. Therefore, what's your accomplishment? So when we talk about the material versus the spiritual, what in the reality, what is it versus it? It's nothing. It has no innate value. The value of the material is only what to facilitate the spiritual. So a person who actually engages in the spiritual, which transcends, is in a different dimension of value in its innateness, how could I not feel superior? What's everybody busy with? What am I busy with? So therefore, it's literally a tightrope. Not to feel that level of superiority, it's easy or it's difficult not to be touched by it. And that's the reason why he failed. Reb Elazar Reb Shimon, he failed over here. We're not saying it's not a failing. But that's why it's referred to as Migdal Geder. Migdal Geder, Migdal, he was on a tower. He was towering. As a result of his experience of Torah, he was so elated and so felt so empowered because of what he had versus everybody else. Therefore, he spoke as he spoke. Reb Elazar because Reb Elazar wasn't sufficiently careful and to be affected by this, Well, Dover Hazeh, Shoma, Kama Muchur Odom Zeh. If we spoke, how ugly is this person? He disgraced and embarrassed a creature that's a creation of God. It was something inappropriate for a person of his dimension of spirituality, of his knowledge of Torah. Because if a person is born choser ayim, meimo, born blind, no, the Goder, no. Migdal Goder, as a getter, separates. So similarly, his tower was a tower which was one of a kind. He was set off at an exalted level versus the rest of the world. The Goder is not what he should have done. Is on the tower. The tower is set off. It's like it's an entity unto itself. There's nothing comparable to it. But it's more. No, you have other towers. This is one of a kind of a tower. This is like the Gemara says in Basra. It has no relevance today. The Gemara says that in a community you're not permitted to have a structure higher than the shul. The shul has to be the highest structure in a community because that's the ultimate. That is the ultimate. So if you build any other structure higher than that, it's a disrespect because there's nothing which has greater innate value than the Beis HaKnesses or the Beis HaMidrash. Today it has no relevance because you have other structures. The non-Jews, they build their structures which are higher. So this, it's my building something higher doesn't mean anything. Whether you have churches or other houses of whatever they do over their worship, which are higher, so therefore it's not relevant to the Jew. But that's the reason why in Europe, the churches, had to be the highest structure in Europe, all over. That's why they have these towers and they have these whatever they're called. What? Okay, spires. But that's it. They took the halacha from us. That's of course. That's why you think it's Purim when you look at the Pope. You think it's Purim. He's imitating the Kohen Gadol. He's the high priest. To be